You won't believe what just happened at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party. What was supposed to be an elegant, star-studded celebration quickly spiraled into chaos, leaving fans absolutely stunned. Rumors are swirling that the entire event, hosted in secret at none other than Jeff Bezos' sprawling mansion, almost didn't happen at all, thanks to a shocking last-minute ambulance shutdown that nobody saw coming. Eyewitnesses claim that emotions ran high the moment Kris arrived, decked out in a glittering designer gown, only to find her closest family embroiled in a heated argument behind closed doors. Sources say the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. But that's not even the half of it. Leaked footage, yes, full video, appears to show moments so shocking, fans are questioning everything they thought they knew about the Kardashian-Jenner clan. Accusations flew, secrets were exposed, and for a brief moment, it seemed like the glamorous celebration could implode entirely. Friends whispered frantically, staff panicked, and the family was left divided in ways no one expected. Tonight, we're breaking down every jaw-dropping moment, every whispered betrayal, and every explosive confrontation that had the internet buzzing before the champagne even touched the glasses. You're not going to want to miss a second of this. The party started like any other high-profile event, with glittering lights, soft music, and a seemingly endless sea of paparazzi flashes. But behind the glamour, tensions were already simmering. Kris Jenner arrived, glowing in a floor-length silver gown that sparkled under the chandeliers, but even her radiant smile couldn't hide the storm brewing beneath the surface. As she stepped through the front doors of Jeff Bezos' mansion, her daughter Kim gave her a cautious look, whispering, "Mom, are you sure everything's going to stay calm tonight?" Kris laughed softly, a little too loudly. "Kim, darling, it's my party. We'll handle it. Don't worry about me." But as soon as she said it, a server nearly dropped a tray of champagne flutes, and the tension in the air thickened. Early guests had barely settled when Kourtney appeared, wearing a daring black ensemble that immediately drew every eye in the room. Whispers spread through the crowd like wildfire, fans and onlookers sensing the invisible battle lines forming. Kourtney's gaze locked on Khloe, and in that moment, it was clear old rivalries weren't just going to fade away for a birthday celebration. "You always have to make everything about yourself, don't you?" Kourtney hissed under her breath, barely audible. Khloe, catching the words, smirked, replying, "Oh, sweetie, it's not about me tonight. It's about everyone seeing who really runs this family." The tension was palpable, and anyone in the room could feel it. The chatter died down, replaced by a silent anticipation, as if everyone was waiting for the first explosion. And explode it did. Around an hour into the party, a loud commotion near the entrance drew everyone's attention. A black ambulance had pulled up unexpectedly, its sirens muted but its presence impossible to ignore. Kris, who prided herself on controlling every aspect of her life, immediately frowned. "Who called that?" she demanded, her voice cutting through the murmurs. Staff rushed to intercept the paramedics, but they were stopped abruptly by someone in a sharp suit. Sources claim it was Jeff Bezos himself, who reportedly whispered, "We can't let this ruin anything tonight. Send them away." Quietly, Kris's eyes widened, and for a brief moment, the party felt suspended in time, as if the walls themselves were holding their breath. While the ambulance was being discreetly removed, the family drama reached new heights. Scott Disick, who had been quietly sipping champagne in the corner, suddenly stormed into the living room, pointing at Kourtney. "You think you're better than everyone else? Tonight is chaos, and you're making it worse, Kourtney." Never one to back down, shot back, "Oh please, Scott. You've done nothing but complain for years. Maybe this is finally my time to shine." Their voices escalated, drawing attention from even the most composed guests. Kris, ever the peacemaker, stepped in, trying to mediate. "Enough, both of you. This is supposed to be a celebration, not a courtroom," but the words barely landed. Emotions ran high, tempers flared, and the elegant setting of Bezos' mansion suddenly felt like a battleground. Additions to the drama came from unexpected corners. Reportedly, Kylie Jenner had been secretly negotiating with some of the invited influencers, trying to secure private moments for social media content. Kendall, meanwhile, seemed unusually quiet, her eyes darting between the arguing family members. Insiders say she feared that any misstep could turn the night into a public relations nightmare. Meanwhile, Kris's longtime friends were frantically trying to keep the peace, their whispered conversations filled with panic. "Did you see what just happened? If this gets out, the internet will explode," one friend murmured. "We have to contain it, or everything is ruined." It was a delicate dance, and any wrong move could spark an uncontrollable fire. Then came a twist no one saw coming. A leaked video, reportedly recorded by a guest using a hidden camera, surfaced in the middle of the party. It showed Kris whispering to a close friend, "If anyone tries to ruin tonight, I want them removed," silently. The camera cut quickly, but fans who later saw the footage online were stunned. Could the Queen Mother herself orchestrate secret measures to ensure the party remained under her control? The revelation caused shockwaves among the guests. Kim, visibly shaken, grabbed her mother's arm. "Mom, is this really necessary?" Kris's eyes narrowed, and she whispered back, "Necessary? Darling, it's survival. You'll understand one day." The weight of her words lingered in the room, leaving everyone on edge. And as if the tension wasn't enough, the first major confrontation of the night erupted in the dining room. Rob Kardashian, usually reserved and quiet, confronted Khloe over rumors of backstage whispers. "You've been talking about me to the press again, haven't you?" Rob accused, his voice trembling with a mixture of anger and hurt. Khloe, taken aback, laughed nervously. "Oh Rob, don't be dramatic. It's just gossip." Everyone talks, but Rob wasn't convinced. "It's not just gossip when it's about your own brother. You know how this family feels about loyalty." The argument grew louder, drawing attention from nearby guests who couldn't help but watch the drama unfold like a reality TV show come to life. Amid the chaos, external reactions added fuel to the fire. Fans online had begun live-streaming glimpses of the party, and the comments section exploded. "Kris is losing control," one fan wrote. Another added, "I can't believe Kourtney just yelled at Khloe in front of everyone." The energy outside the mansion mirrored the storm within. Friends of the family were frantically trying to prevent more leaks, running from one end of the estate to the other, but the tension was contagious. Even Jeff Bezos reportedly grew frustrated, muttering about the difficulty of hosting a celebrity gathering without it turning into a spectacle. By midnight, the party had reached a fever pitch. Emotions were raw, voices were raised, and even the most composed individuals were visibly rattled. A heated debate broke out near the terrace when Kim confronted Kylie about posting a controversial story online during the party. "Kylie, this isn't just about clout," Kim snapped. Kylie, defensive and fierce, shot back, "Oh please, you act like you're above it all. Everyone's judging everyone tonight. Get over yourself." The argument drew a crowd, and whispers spread through the party that the family was now divided into factions. Kris tried to intervene again, but her usual commanding presence was met with resistance. The night that was supposed to be a glamorous celebration of her 70th birthday had become a powder keg of emotions, secrets, and rivalries. Just when it seemed like nothing else could surprise the guests, an unexpected visitor arrived. According to leaked sources, a mysterious figure in a dark suit appeared near the entrance, asking to speak privately with Kris. Security hesitated, unsure if the guest was authorized, but Kris waved them off, her expression unreadable. Whispers circulated that this visitor might hold information that could change the course of the night entirely. The family gathered in hushed curiosity, tension building with each passing second. What could this stranger want? Who was he? And how would Kris respond? The air was thick with anticipation, each second dragging as everyone waited for the next explosive moment. In that moment, fans watching online were glued to their screens. The leaked video clips had already begun circulating on social media, with captions like "Kris Jenner Party Meltdown" and "Exclusive Drama at Bezos Mansion." The excitement and shock were palpable. Emotions ran high not only among the family but among the public, who couldn't get enough of the unfolding chaos. The line between private family matters and public spectacle blurred completely, leaving everyone on edge. The stage was now set for even greater drama. The tension from arguments, the secretive actions behind the scenes, the mysterious visitor, and the looming threat of further leaks all combined to create a night that no one would forget. Kris Jenner's 70th birthday, meant to be a milestone of celebration and family unity, had turned into a whirlwind of betrayal, conflict, and secrets. Every glance, every whisper, every movement felt loaded with meaning, and the guests knew that the next hour could bring revelations that would shock the world. The anticipation was almost unbearable, and it was clear that nothing about this party would remain normal for long. The mysterious visitor stepped into the grand foyer, his face partially hidden beneath a low-brimmed hat. Kris's eyes narrowed as she motioned for him to follow her into a private lounge, away from the prying eyes of family and guests. The whispers grew louder among the crowd, each guest speculating about who he could be. Kim clutched Khloe's arm nervously. "Mom, who is that? Why is he even here?" she whispered. Kris, with her usual poise, replied, "Darling, sometimes you have to listen before judging. Let's see what he wants." The tension was suffocating, every step they took towards the lounge echoing ominously across the marble floors. Once inside, the visitor removed his hat, revealing a face that even Kris seemed to recognize. "Kris," he said quietly, his tone urgent, "you need to know. This party, it's being watched. More than just fans. There's something happening outside, and it could ruin everything." Kris's expression hardened. "What do you mean?" she demanded, her voice low but commanding. The man leaned closer, glancing at the security cameras before continuing. "Someone leaked the ambulance plan. They're tracking every move. If it isn't handled, the night could spiral completely out of control." Kris's jaw tightened. She had always prided herself on control, but for the first time tonight, she realized that even her meticulous planning could be compromised. Back in the main hall, the family had started to fracture into clusters, each group exchanging heated whispers. Kourtney, still fuming from her argument with Khloe earlier, cornered Scott near the grand staircase. "You don't get it, do you? This isn't just about you or me, it's about exposing what everyone's really thinking." Scott's eyes flashed with anger. "Oh, I get it perfectly. You've been scheming all night, trying to make everyone else look bad. Don't act innocent." The argument escalated so quickly that security had to step in, trying to keep the voices from drawing attention from the guests. Emotions were running high, and even the most composed family members seemed unable to navigate the storm. Meanwhile, Kylie and Kendall had moved to a quiet corner, their conversation tense. "Kendall, do you think Mom knows how bad it's getting?" Kylie asked, her fingers nervously twisting a bracelet. Kendall shook her head. "If she doesn't, she will soon. The leaks, the arguments, it's only a matter of time before someone records everything and posts it online." The sisters shared a look of worry, realizing that the glamorous veneer of the party was unraveling in real time. Social media was already buzzing with snippets and rumors, fans speculating about fights and secret feuds, making the mansion feel smaller and more suffocating by the minute. The visitor's warning had set Kris into motion. She returned to the party floor, her presence commanding immediate attention. "Everyone," she began, her voice sharp and confident, "I need your attention. There's been a security concern. I need everyone to remain calm and follow instructions." Her words caused a stir, and fans watching online couldn't believe what they were hearing. The cameras caught snippets of the family reacting, Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney exchanging tense glances, while Rob looked bewildered and Khloe fidgeted nervously. The room was alive with a mixture of fear, curiosity, and anticipation. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from the terrace. Guests turned to see that one of the extravagant decorations had toppled, narrowly missing a waiter carrying a tray of champagne. Whispers spread instantly. "Is someone trying to sabotage the party?" one guest murmured. Kris stormed to the terrace, demanding answers. A staff member stammered, I think it was an accident, ma'am." The wind, Kris cut him off, her tone icy, "Don't lie to me. I know when something is intentional. Fans were shocked as the normally composed matriarch appeared rattled, showing cracks in her usually flawless armor. Inside, the family drama reached an entirely new level. Kim confronted Khloe over the earlier argument with Kourtney, her voice trembling. "Why did you have to escalate it? Now everyone's watching, and Mom is panicking." Khloe, defensive, responded, "Oh please, Kim, you act like you've never started something before. Don't try to play the moral high ground tonight." The argument quickly drew attention from nearby guests, who leaned in to catch every word. Rob tried to mediate, but even he was met with resistance. "Can we just stop this? It's out of control," he pleaded, but the sisters continued, voices rising until Kris had to physically step between them, her hands on their shoulders, trying to calm the storm. Then came the bombshell. A leaked audio clip of a private conversation between Kris and the mysterious visitor began circulating on social media. Fans quickly picked up on it, interpreting snippets like, "If anyone interferes, it must be dealt with immediately, and we cannot allow the family's secrets to be exposed tonight." The reaction online was instantaneous. Comments flooded in. "Kris Jenner cover-up confirmed? Is this the real reason for the ambulance? The family is hiding something huge." The drama had now extended beyond the walls of Bezos' mansion, capturing the attention of millions who were glued to every update. As if that weren't enough, Scott had returned with a shocking revelation of his own. He pulled Kourtney aside and whispered urgently, "Someone has been feeding lies to the media. I don't know who, but they're twisting everything from tonight to make us look like fools." Kourtney's eyes widened. "Are you serious? Who would do that?" Scott shook his head. "I don't know yet, but I'll find out." This could ruin the family's image forever. Their conversation added another layer of paranoia, as the realization sank in that the chaos wasn't just internal, it was being weaponized externally as well. The visitor, meanwhile, continued to advise Kris privately, urging her to take action before things spiraled further. "You need to confront them now," he said, his tone urgent. "If the family doesn't come together, everything could explode." Kris nodded, her mind racing. She moved swiftly, calling Kim, Khloe, Kourtney, and even Rob into a private room. "We have to put aside our differences," she said firmly, "or this night ends in disaster. You must trust me." The family exchanged wary glances. Some nodded reluctantly, while others crossed their arms, still visibly upset. The tension was tangible, and fans watching online were speculating whether reconciliation was even possible. In the dining area, another dramatic twist unfolded. A guest had allegedly overheard a private conversation between Kylie and one of the influencers she had been negotiating with earlier. The snippet of gossip quickly spread, revealing secrets that hadn't been meant for public ears. "Did you hear what Kylie said about Kim?" someone whispered. "Apparently she's planning to leak a story about the family next week." The revelation sent shockwaves through the party. Kim confronted Kylie in front of a small crowd. "Is this true?" she demanded. Kylie hesitated, then smirked nervously. "Oh, come on. It's not like anyone takes these things seriously," but the damage was done. Emotions ran high, accusations flew, and the delicate balance of the party teetered on the brink. Just as the tension reached its peak, the mysterious visitor stepped back into the spotlight. He addressed the entire family, his voice calm but firm. "You all need to understand, the world is watching. This isn't just about tonight. Every word, every argument, every secret will be magnified. You have a choice: continue down this path, or find a way to unite before it's too late." The room fell silent. Even the usually outspoken Scott and Kourtney paused, realizing the gravity of the moment. Kris's eyes softened slightly as she absorbed the warning. She knew she had to act fast to salvage her milestone celebration. The family reluctantly agreed to a tense truce. Kris orchestrated a series of small gestures, urging each member to apologize or at least acknowledge the growing chaos. Kim and Khloe exchanged brief words of understanding, while Kourtney reluctantly nodded at Scott. Rob quietly offered a handshake to Khloe. Kylie and Kendall quietly moved to a separate corner, discussing a strategy to manage the social media storm. The atmosphere shifted slightly, but the tension remained, a barely contained powder keg waiting for the next spark. By the early hours of the morning, guests had begun to speculate whether the night's drama would end in disaster or some semblance of peace. The leaks, the arguments, the secrets, and the mysterious visitor had all converged to create a night unlike any other. Fans watching online could hardly keep up with the updates, each clip more shocking than the law. See, one thing was clear: Kris Jenner's 70th birthday had become more than a celebration. It was a spectacle of human emotion, power struggles, and high-stakes intrigue. The temporary truce held only for a few tense minutes before the next wave of chaos struck. The terrace doors burst open, letting in a rush of cold night air, and with it, a new surprise guest. No one recognized him immediately, and whispers swept through the crowd like wildfire. Kris's eyes widened as she stepped forward. "Who invited him?" she demanded, her voice trembling slightly despite her composed exterior. Kim whispered urgently to Chloe, "This isn't good. Whoever he is, he's not supposed to be here." The man, tall and sharply dressed, ignored the attention and walked straight toward the family, his gaze fixed on Kris. "I think it's time everyone knew the truth," he said calmly, his voice carrying over the murmurs of the shocked crowd. The room froze. Fans watching online erupted, sending the leaked clips into overdrive. The mysterious figure held a small envelope, which he handed directly to Kris. She hesitated, fingers brushing the edge. "What is this?" she asked, her voice low. He replied simply, "Everything you've been trying to hide tonight, it's all in here." Kris's hand shook as she opened it, revealing a series of photographs and documents that detailed private family disputes, secret deals, and even some of the ambulance-related manipulations from earlier. Her face paled, and for the first time that evening, the unflappable matriarch seemed genuinely vulnerable. Courtney, sensing an opportunity, stepped forward. "So this is it? The real reason behind the ambulance and all the secrecy?" Her voice carried a mix of accusation and triumph. Scott, beside her, looked equally tense. "They've been controlling everything, manipulating everyone," he said, glancing at Kris and then at the newcomer. The crowd of guests leaned in, eager to see what would happen next. Even Rob looked confused, muttering under his breath, "I can't believe this is happening." Tonight of all nights, the atmosphere was electric, each second stretching into eternity as the family grappled with the sudden exposure of secrets. Kris, regaining her composure, stood tall. "Enough," she said firmly, though her voice betrayed a hint of fear. This party was meant to celebrate life, not to drag private matters into the spotlight. "We can address everything, but not tonight. You, whoever you are, will leave now." The mysterious guest smirked, clearly enjoying the tension he had unleashed. "The world is already watching, Kris. You can't control this anymore. Every secret, every argument, every betrayal, they're all out there." Kim, visibly frustrated, muttered, "Mom, what are we going to do? This could ruin everything." Kris took a deep breath, her eyes scanning the room filled with family, friends, and influencers, all anxiously waiting. She knew she had to act quickly before the situation escalated further. In an attempt to regain control, Kris called for a private family meeting in the Grand Library, a room dimly lit with rich mahogany and soft golden lights. "Everyone, follow me," she instructed, her voice steady despite the chaos outside. The family gathered, exchanging wary glances, each member aware that the stakes had risen dramatically. Once inside, Kris turned to face them. "I know tonight has been intense. More than any of us expected. But I promise you, we can salvage this if we stick together. We need to be smart. No more leaks, no more public arguments. Can I count on you?" Chloe crossed her arms, smirking. "We'll see, Mom. You've done a lot tonight, but trust isn't exactly easy after everything that happened." While Kris tried to regain control, Kylie and Kendall were busy managing the digital fallout. Social media was ablaze with clips of arguments, confrontations, and the mysterious guest handing Kris the envelope. "Kendall, we need to contain this before it spirals," Kylie said urgently. Kendall nodded, typing rapidly, sending private messages to influencers, asking them to hold back the footage. "It's too late for containment," one of them replied. "People are already sharing everything. The story is out, and it's trending worldwide." The realization hit both sisters hard. Even with all their influence, the digital wave was uncontrollable, leaving the family vulnerable to public scrutiny. Back in the library, Rob, usually quiet, finally spoke up. "We can't keep pretending everything's fine. If the world sees what's in that envelope, everything we've built could collapse. We have to face it, deal with it head-on." Chloe, sitting nearby, nodded hesitantly. "He's right. Hiding it won't help. Maybe this is the only way to actually get ahead of it." Kris, absorbing their words, realized that the night had turned into a strategic battle. Every move mattered, and one misstep could be catastrophic. She glanced at her children, each representing a faction of T. And thought about how to maneuver carefully without losing her authority. Meanwhile, outside on the terrace, fans and paparazzi had caught wind of the mysterious guest and the envelope incident. Live streams multiplied, hashtags trended, and the mansion felt like a pressure cooker. A group of guests began speculating about the contents, whispering frantically. "Do you think it's financial secrets?" one asked. Another replied, "Maybe a feud that's been hidden for years. I heard about some serious drama between Kourtney and Khloe that nobody knew." The chaos outside mirrored the turbulence inside, making the evening feel like an intricate dance between public spectacle and private confrontation. Kris decided it was time to confront the tension directly. She called each family member to the center of the library, arranging them carefully. "Look, tonight has been messy. Secrets came out, arguments happened, and emotions ran wild. But this is my birthday, and we need to remember why we're here. We're a family. We fight, we argue, but at the end of the day, we have to stand together." Kim, still skeptical, whispered to Chloe, "Do you think she can pull this off?" Chloe shrugged. "She might. But the real question is, will everyone actually follow her lead?" As Kris attempted to mediate, a shocking revelation broke the fragile truce. The mysterious guest had returned, slipping another envelope across the table. This one contained evidence suggesting that certain family members had been planning to leak details about the party before it even began. The room erupted into chaos again. Kourtney shouted, "Is this true?" "Who would do that?" Scott stepped forward, pointing at Kylie. "You," he accused, his voice trembling. Kylie, caught off guard, tried to defend herself. It's not what you think. I was just trying to manage the content, not leak anything." The accusations flew, and the once quiet library transformed into a battlefield of words, each person defending themselves while casting suspicion on others. Amid the verbal explosions, Kris managed to regain a sliver of control. "Enough," she bellowed, her voice echoing through the high ceilings. "This stops now. We are not letting tonight be ruined by leaks, rumors, or mistrust. We will deal with this calmly, one step at a time. Now everyone, listen." The family hesitated, finally recognizing the weight of her command. Rob stepped closer, quietly muttering, "She's right. We need a plan, not a shouting match." The tension slowly shifted from chaos to strategic calculation, each member realizing the stakes were higher than mere embarrassment. They were protecting the family's reputation, legacy, and influence. Outside, fans and paparazzi continued to speculate, piecing together the drama from leaked videos, whispered rumors, and online chatter. The mansion had become a symbol of both luxury and scandal, and the story was now a global spectacle. Every social media update, every whispered conversation, and every leaked clip added fuel to the fire, amplifying the drama far beyond the walls of Bezos' estate. It was no longer just a birthday party, it was a cultural event, a test of loyalty, and a showcase of human emotion under extreme pressure. By the early morning hours, the family had begun to strategize. Kris assigned roles. Kim and Khloe would manage internal communications, Kylie and Kendall would handle the online presence, and Scott and Kourtney would focus on monitoring potential leaks. Rob and Chloe were tasked with calming remaining guests and ensuring decorum. Even the mysterious visitor had agreed to leave, having ensured that his warnings and envelopes had delivered the intended effect. The night, though far from over, had shifted from explosive chaos to a tense, high-stakes chess game. As the first light of dawn crept through the massive windows of Bezos' mansion, the family remained tense but organized. Kris moved like a general on a battlefield, checking in with each child and ensuring that their plan to control the night's narrative was in place. "Remember," she instructed firmly, "this is our moment to show unity. Nothing else matters. We cannot let the chaos define us." Kim nodded, still exhausted from the night's events, muttering, "I just hope the public sees it that way." Chloe, smirking despite her fatigue, whispered, "They'll see exactly what we want them to, Mom. We control this now." Even Rob, who had been quiet most of the night, looked slightly relieved, feeling the tension begin to shift from chaos to calculated control. But the night wasn't over. Just as the family started to believe they had regained some semblance of order, a new scandal erupted. One of the guests, a well-known influencer, had posted a video online that directly contradicted the family's carefully crafted narrative. It showed Kourtney storming out of a room in frustration, Scott chasing after her, and snippets of Kris attempting to mediate. The clip went viral within minutes. Kim's face turned pale. "They've completely misrepresented us," she exclaimed, panic rising. Kris's eyes narrowed. "Then we adjust. We address it, we clarify it, and we move forward. Nothing leaves us paralyzed." The family realized that tonight's drama wasn't just about personal disputes, it was now about survival in the court of public opinion. Amid the frenzy, the envelopes that had caused so much tension earlier continued to loom over the family. Kris gathered everyone in the library again, placing the contents on the table. "We cannot let these secrets dictate our night, or our image," she said, her voice firm. Kylie, scrolling through social media frantically, muttered, "They're already talking about every little thing. If this gets out, the internet won't forgive us." Kendall, sitting beside her, added quietly, "We have to control the narrative ourselves. No one else gets that power." The family realized that even though tempers had cooled, the digital storm was relentless, and every move had to be calculated with precision. In a surprising turn, Rob revealed that he had discovered a hidden camera in one of the hallways, apparently left by a guest trying to capture the family's reactions without permission. "This is insane," he said, holding it up. "I don't even know who's behind this, but they were trying to film everything. No privacy at all." Kris's face hardened. "Then we confront it. This is our home, our party, and our celebration. No one is allowed to manipulate us or our image." The revelation sent a shiver through the group. The night, which had begun with glamour and fun, had evolved into a battlefield of secrecy, strategy, and power. Despite the mounting pressure, Kris found a moment to speak to her children privately. "Listen, tonight has been more than just a birthday," she said softly. "It's a test. Loyalty, trust, and control are all on the line. We cannot let this night define us as divided. We are stronger together, and if we play our cards right, we can turn this into the ultimate victory." Kim, Chloe, and Kourtney exchanged glances, their exhaustion evident, but they seemed to understand the stakes. Even Scott nodded, acknowledging that the survival of the family's image was now intertwined with their ability to act as one. But as they began to strategize, another shock struck. The mysterious visitor, who had left earlier, returned unexpectedly. "Kris," he said, his voice calm but urgent, "there's more you need to know. The envelopes, they were only part of the story. Someone inside your circle is actively trying to leak tonight's events to the press. They're planning something big." Kris's eyes flashed. "Who?" she demanded. The visitor shook his head. "I don't know yet, but they're clever. You need to act fast." The tension returned instantly, and the family realized that even their temporary control was fragile. Kris immediately called a meeting with the closest family members. "We need names, strategies, and plans," she instructed. "If we act quickly, We can prevent further leaks and salvage the night, Scott suggested monitoring online activity, while Kylie and Kendall took charge of controlling social media narratives. Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney were tasked with addressing guests and ensuring no further confrontations occurred. Rob and Khloe worked behind the scenes, keeping everyone calm and preventing more drama from spilling into the public eye. The mansion buzzed with an unusual mixture of fear, determination, and strategy. The culmination of the night's drama came when Kris finally addressed the family publicly, in front of all guests. "Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight," she began, her voice steady but commanding. "This celebration is not just about me. It's about the strength of family, the love we share, and the resilience we've shown. Yes, there have been conflicts, misunderstandings, and surprises. But we face them together. We rise together." The crowd fell silent, and even some of the guests appeared moved by her words. The message was clear. No matter the chaos, Kris Jenner was determined to maintain control and portray unity, even in the face of explosive revelations. Just when it seemed the night might end with a semblance of peace, Kourtney approached Kris privately. "Mom, I need to tell you something," she said cautiously. "I didn't start all the arguments tonight, but I know who's been feeding the press." "It's not who you think," Kris's eyes narrowed. "Who?" she demanded. Kourtney hesitated, then whispered, "It's someone close, someone who wants control over the family narrative." Kris's jaw tightened, the weight of the revelation sinking in. She realized that the ultimate battle for control of the night, and possibly the family's legacy, was far from over. In the final hours before dawn, the family worked tirelessly to repair the damage. Apologies were exchanged, explanations were crafted, and social media posts were carefully curated. The envelopes were secured, the mysterious visitor finally left, and the guests slowly began to leave, some in relief, others in disbelief at the intensity of what they had just witnessed. Kris, exhausted but resolute, looked around at her children. "We survived tonight," she said quietly. "And we will continue to survive, no matter what comes next." The family nodded, exhausted but united in their understanding that the night had tested them like never before. The leaked videos, the unexpected visitors, and the public scrutiny had transformed a simple birthday celebration into a historic spectacle of drama, power, and strategy. Fans online continued to dissect every moment, debating alliances, betrayals, and secret strategies. Hashtags trended worldwide, making Kris Jenner's 70th birthday one of the most talked about events in recent celebrity history. The drama had reached far beyond the mansion, capturing the attention of millions who were glued to every update, every clip, and every whispered secret. As the sun rose, the family finally retreated to private quarters, exhausted but determined. They had weathered arguments, leaks, confrontations, and secrets. Yet even in their fatigue, they were already planning for what would come next. Kris, in particular, reflected on the night with a mixture of pride and caution. She had maintained control through chaos, orchestrated unity among division, and navigated a storm of secrets and exposure. But she also knew that the night's events would not easily fade, and that every revelation, every clip, and every social media post could shape the family's story for months to come. And there you have it, Kris Jenner's 70th birthday party like you've never seen it before. A night that began with champagne and glamour quickly spiraled into chaos, secrets, and shocking confrontations that left everyone, from family to fans, completely stunned. Arguments erupted, alliances were tested, and leaks threatened to expose moments that were never meant for the public eye. The mysterious visitor, the envelopes filled with explosive secrets, and the surprise appearances transformed what should have been a celebration into a high-stakes drama unfolding in real time. Emotions ran high, tempers flared, and the family was left divided at moments, only to find a fragile unity in the early hours of dawn. But here's the thing, the story isn't over. Who leaked the details of the party? Will the envelopes reveal even more secrets in the coming days? And how will the family navigate the aftermath as the world watches every move online? Fans are shocked, questions remain unanswered, and one thing is for sure, this night will be talked about for years to come. The stakes are higher than ever, and the drama isn't slowing down. Now it's your turn. What do you think really happened behind those doors? Who do you believe was orchestrating the leaks? And which family member will rise or fall in the next chapter of this epic saga? Comment your thoughts below, smash that like button if you want more behind-the-scenes revelations, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next shocking update. Stay tuned, because the Kris Jenner 70th party saga is far from over, and trust me, you won't want to miss a single moment of what happens next.